Hiya, we thought we'd have a little go at doing some lateral work today and where to get started. So some real basics. Vicky's going to be doing the riding and I'm going to be doing the teaching. And we'll just get started with some real simple little exercises like a turn on the forehand, into some leg yield and then into some shoulder fore and some shoulder in. So we're going to start with a little bit of warm up before we start the other exercises because it's really cold today.
Yeah.
So we need to get him as warm as possible. So we just start with just basically getting him walking nice and forward and just lowering his neck a little bit so the pole's a bit lower so he has a bit more of a stretch through his back. And you can just see the left eye on the inside. Yeah, and even possibly lower than that if you can just ask him to just flex a little bit onto that inside rein. Just feel a little bit like your leg yielding away from your inside leg into your outside rein. That's it. And even lower than that. So he can really stretch over and over his back. He just very naturally wants to come up.
Yeah, it's hard to get him down.
It's hard, yeah. That's better there. Because you see a completely different pattern in the muscles in his neck where they look more relaxed there. But when he's got the pole quite high and he's not warmed up, that's, you know, putting a lot of tension into his neck. And again there, you can still feel that little bit of bracing in the neck.
Yeah.
There's better, good.
Yeah. Good boy.
Just trying to work on more times that he's relaxed in the neck and not tense. So you're going to get a different feeling from right rein to left rein. Can you already notice that this feels easier this way?
Yeah.
So you start to sort of work out, is he right bended or is he left bended?
Yeah.
This starts to help you recognise what's going on in his body. There it's a little bit harder to get that same feeling, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the turn on the forehand.
Yep.
And we do, if we have a little look at his hind legs, they're not quite square. So we just want to get him to step up a bit with the left hind. You can just use your, yeah, good boy, just touch you, just literally touch with your left leg. Then we're going to ask him to turn on the forehand. So he's going to move away from your left leg, going slightly behind the girth, with a little flexion in the neck. Yeah, just a little bit of confusion in the middle there, and I think that's because you slightly lost your way.
Yeah.
Yeah? So we'll walk on. So the halt's better this time.
Yep.
Yeah. Then just that little flexion in the neck. Left leg coming behind the girth slightly. Just catching him with your outside rein and leg if you need to, but not too much, not too much. That's it.
End up going backwards, don't I?
Yeah, yeah. You also have to make sure that you don't tip forwards and take your weight out the seat.
Okay.
Because when you start to teach the rein back, just by lightening your seat a little bit, they recognise that,
Right.
and then they walk backwards.
Yeah.
So now for a bit of walk leg yield. I'm just going to yield him off your left leg. Back to the track. But what we've got to be careful of is there's too much going through the right shoulder, so you're pushing his centre of mass too much into his right leg.
Yeah.
So we have to stay
Straighter.
a little straighter. Yeah. You want to stay parallel to the track. Better? Yeah, just correct. Just could still be that bit lower in the pole. much better.
I sort of lose forward a bit.
Yeah, so we're getting too much sideways and not enough forwards. So if you come again, so this time try and focus on me down here and take your time and catch him with your left leg. Catch him. So if you're going too sideways, you can, and you're getting this problem where you're ending up going back to the track too quickly.
Yeah.
Leg yield, ride straight. Leg yield, ride straight.
Okay.
And start to control the shoulder so that it doesn't just fall to the outside.
Yeah.
Remember your half halts to slow. Slowly. Now ride straight. Keep riding straight. Then go leg yield. Now straight, straight, straight. Straight. Yeah. Now leg yield. Then he'll start to listen a little bit more to you. So we're going to do some shoulder in. We're going to start with a volte, and a volte is a small circle. And that's a really small circle.
I didn't know.
But then I was in the way, so so circle again because I was in the way. So start with the volte, because that's going to help you set up your shoulder in. And with the shoulder in, you want to start the shoulder in from, if you just turn now onto the circle and stop. Okay, because this is really helpful. So your shoulder in wants to start from this part of your volte. This encourages and helps the inside hind leg. So that's what we're working on, is the inside hind leg basically. If we start the shoulder in from here, this will really help us from that circle to that shoulder in. Will really help us and help the horse. If we then, as we advance and we then want to do haunches in travers, we start this from this part of the circle here.
Yeah.
Yeah? So, we'll go into that another time, but we want to use that part of the circle basically. So ride another volte.
Does it matter how big that circle is?
You want it under 10 metres.
Right.
That's what a volte is, under 10 metres. And then from that part of the circle, you start the shoulder in. You can feel how hard that is to hold that line. So at the moment you've got a bit of shoulder 4. You are moving the shoulder, so that's good. But when we get to the shoulder in, we want 3 tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're moving the shoulder, that's good. But we want to get to 3 tracks with the shoulder in. So start with your volte, and this shoulder in wants to come from making sure that you're sitting on your inside seat bone.
That's what I always forget.
Yeah, sit
Where
on
to
your
put my weight.
inside seat bone, and you must look in the direction that you're going. Don't look down, don't look over to the other side of the school. Look up to the other end of the school so that you end up going that way. And then those half halts, very good. Yeah, and just take your time because we can do it slowly. There's no problem with that. Stay in your inside seat bone and you keep looking. Yeah. And you'll get some good steps and then you'll lose him, and you'll get some good steps and then you'll lose him. So now the left rein, we're going to start the same way. We're going to pop the stick on the inside, so that, because it's the inside hind leg that we're working on in the shoulder in. We start with our volte. And it's your inside seat bone now that you should be sitting on. You need to look in the direction that you want to be going. And just be careful not to get too much neck bend this way. That's it. Good. That's really good. Yeah. And go for the quality over the quantity. So if you get a few nice steps, go straight. Have a little trot out of it. And then come back. Yeah, still a little bit above the bit, but look how much better the canter is. Just through doing those little tiny lateral movements, just even in the walk, a good place to start. Get them really established in the walk, and then you can do them in the trot and so forth. Good. Good riding. So after our little workout, at the start we had a trot that was quite braced in the neck, and almost he starts a little bit stiff because he's an older horse.
Yeah.
And then the canter was a bit the same as well, but then the lateral work hopefully helps.
Yeah, it felt a lot more relaxed. The little trot and canter that I had after we'd done the lateral work.
Yeah.
Felt
Much
so
better.
more relaxed, yeah, and soft.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, we come out and they feel like that, and it's just having the tools in your kit basically to know where to go, what to do, how to help improve.
Yeah.
And just little things, just doing it really slowly like that. Don't feel that it has to look like, you know, the end finished product.
Yeah, that's what the hard bit about it really.
Yeah.
Actually getting a few steps of it.
Yeah.
And then coming out of it is so much better.
And we see all the
as well.
professional riders doing
Yeah.
it, and we feel like we should, you know, it should look like that.
Yeah.
But we all have to start somewhere.
Yeah, and
you
I
know?
end up clamping down so much because I want it so badly.
Yeah,
I
think we
do
all
the whole
do
long
that.
side. Yeah,
We just want it so badly
Yeah.
that we just try too hard.
yeah.
And actually,
Hard.
yeah, and just enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun. Well, it's supposed to be fun.
It's supposed to be fun.